Hi, how are you? Okay. I had things I know I wanted to say, so, I don't remember them at all now, but we'll see if they come back to me as I start talking. I just took the cleanest shit I think I've ever taken, at least for many years. It was one turd, a good 8 inches long, give or take. Came out clean, nice and cylindrical. You know, wiping was barely necessary. Cleanest shit I've taken in a long time. Sorry. Sorry I said that. I do apologize. You didn't deserve that. Weird fucking painting, right? Why is it always staring at you? I don't get it. So, okay. One thought I just had like 15 minutes ago as I was looking in the mirror, washing my hands. It was about like my past when I was going crazy and whatever. Um, I was thinking how, obviously I used to think that I was God and that we're all God, but I literally thought that I was God, you know, and I was wrong. I know that. And it's amazing that I couldn't see it at the time because thinking back to when that was happening to me, I had the thought, like just recently, I had the thought that when I would look in the mirror back then, what I saw was the devil, legitimately. I thought I was God, but when I saw myself, I saw the devil. So that's saying something. That's just a clear representation of how inverted my mind was, how backwards everything was for me. Like, I don't know if cognitive dissonance is the right words for it. That might be something else. But might be because, like, yeah, what I had in my head and like what I was doing and like expressing were two completely opposite things. And I couldn't reconcile those two things. it's like I had good in my head, good intentions and good, like, feelings, but my actions were bad. My actions were just downright terrible. I was only, like, doing things that weren't good for me. So that, like I said, like, I thought I was God in, like, the good sense, but then I looked at myself and saw the devil, which is the reflection of, like, what was actually going on, like, what I was doing. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay, as I'm saying this, I'm looking at my silver coin here, and, it says 999 fine, but I was looking at it upside down, so it said 666. Literally, as I'm fucking talking about, like, saying the devil, saying that my reflection, what I saw in it was the devil, I'm reading 666 on a coin. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Somebody wanna tell me? What the fuck is that? But yeah, I bought 2 ounces of silver today. They're very nice, very shiny. I do like them. I like them very much. Shiny metal, much better than this shit. This fiat currency, this, like, fucking piece of paper, or this real metal, real silver. Like, this or this, which is better? This is what's accepted. This is what we run on. This is what people are slaves for. Nobody's a slave for silver. Not these days. No. This is something different. This might be freedom. Possibly. Because when that dollar has no meaning to anybody anymore, you know, this this will be where it's at. Once empire loses steam, once everything wears off in the people's minds, we'll realize that the paper has always just been paper. And it's a big chance that it won't have the power that it used to. And then what's going to happen? You might need some of this. So I got 2 ounces, 1 ounce I'm keeping, and 1 ounce I'm sending to Big Bear in a letter. So, because I know Big Bear likes his silver. I mean, come on. You can't blame him. So, So I'm gonna have to write a letter. I'm gonna. Hmm, yeah, okay. Hmm. Kitty, come, my child. So I was thinking there a second ago of like how I was talking about before, like how I might not want to stream here anymore. But I was thinking that, like I might just want to split it up. I might want to have Fabio. I might want to have a stream where I share it with the bears and like try and get some of them to talk with me, or at least, if they pop in the chat, whatever, I can talk to them and like we can talk about bear stuff. And then I would just have that. Like, you are so fucking cute, buddy. Oh my god. So cute. Oh my goodness. So I would just do that there, and then I would have this as like my personal stream or whatever. So then I'd kind of like talk about two different things in two different places. Maybe. That's an option. We'll see. Hello, viewer. Do you like silver? Oh, Fabio likes silver. Yes, you think the shiny metal is nice too, don't you? So cute. So what was I saying? I thought I was God, but I looked in the mirror and saw the devil. This was what, like 9 months ago now? 10 months ago? Like, sure, it went on for a couple months, I guess, but I think it was mostly like March and April of 2022 that it was really going down. We're like, I know I've gone through this before, but whatever. Like, the very end of 2021, took my mushroom trip, ended that thinking I was God, and then going into 2022, that carried with me. Legitimately thought that. And then like January, February went by, and I don't know when it was, around March or April. Okay, wait. January and February went by. Hmm. When did the new semester? It actually might have been around January or February. Might have been February, because new classes were starting then, I remember. I think. So something changed then. Like a month or two after my mushroom trip, after thinking I was God for a while, something changed and I began to see myself as the devil. Legitimately. I saw my reflection in the mirror, and what I saw was Satan, the adversary. I saw that in myself. It was my reflection. I know it sounds really fucked up, but that is how it was. Like this just came to me tonight. Like I never thought it so clearly before. That is exactly what it was. It's not like who I was. I didn't necessarily want to be that, but that's what I saw myself as. I looked in the mirror and saw the devil. It was so fucked up. And like I couldn't get it out of me. I couldn't. It was so weird. Of course, I was crazy, yes. So of course that's gonna be weird. Hello, two viewers. Do you like silver? You're so cute, buddy. Do you like silver? Come on. Say something. Say something. Penny for your thoughts. This is a quarter though, so whatever. But back to the silver. I'm gonna send an ounce of silver to Owen, Big Bear, so that I can write him a letter and have a good gift for him. So I wanted to think about what I wanted to say to Owen. How I can best show my gratitude towards him. Or not even necessarily towards him, but just gratitude for what he's done and how much good he has brought into my life. So like I want to definitely be thankful, thank him for what he's done, but also like I think I want to explain my story a little bit, maybe. Like explain why and how he's brought so much good into my life. Like that is obviously part of showing how thankful I am, I guess. Um, so what would I tell him? You know, I guess, if he was right here in front of me right now, like if I was able to shake his hand and look him in the eyes, what would I tell him? Obviously, I couldn't go on some long ramble about my whole life story. I'd probably just say, thank you. You're doing a great service. You're bringing a lot of good into the world. And you've brought a lot of good into my life. Like, I don't know how in depth I want to necessarily go. I don't think I need to for my first letter. Like, maybe it should be short and sweet. Like, not telling him about my dark times and the bad things I've gone through. Maybe it should just be about the good, the true, and the beautiful, not mentioning my dark past at all. Maybe it should just be about the bright future I see ahead of me, thanks to him. Like, not, it's not all thanks to him, of course, but like, he was the catalyst. He brought so much of it into my awareness, so much of the possibilities. So yeah, you know, I don't know. Like, I thought about saying how, how I found him at a really dark time in life. How, like, my girlfriend and I had just split up, and I was in a really bad place. And then I started listening to him, and you know, I was starting to like make sense of the world again and of life. And, it was actually hard to listen to him early on sometimes because he made me realize how wrong I was. He made me realize how badly I had fucked up. And that's why he brought so much good into my life. That's one of the biggest parts is him really just showing me where I was going wrong, what I was doing that was wrong, why it was bad for me, why I shouldn't do it. Like, so much. Like like I said, his the last words he says on every stream is be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow a guy. And, you know, he has made me want to be fruitful, and he's also made me not want to blow a guy. Legitimately. Like, he has done those two things for me. Not just by saying that is the last thing for every stream, but by everything else that he talks about. He has brought those two things into my life. Like, I want to be fruitful and multiply, and I don't want to be fruity and blow a guy. And I can legitimately say that it's because of Owen. Like, he brought me back from a really dark place. I know it wasn't all him. I know that there was catalysts in my own life that woke me up from my, I don't know, whatever I was in, from my psychosis, from my whatever. you know, I said before, like how losing my brother was the biggest thing that just made me snap out of it. Especially the whole God thing. That was that was the real kicker in the end. Because, if you're God, you can save people legitimately. You can do things for someone that no man can do. No human being can do what God can do. So, I when my brother told me he wanted to kill himself, at that time, I thought I was God, so I thought I could save him. Like, I thought I could help him in such a way that it would bring him back from the brink of suicide and want to live again. But obviously, I couldn't do that. I was not I was not able. I could not save him. I did not have that kind of power. Even as a man, I didn't have the ability to reason with him. And, like, I've talked about that, how I was in such a bad place that I had lost all ability to, reason and speak and use logic to try and bring him back from that dark place that he was in. I couldn't even do that as a human being. So, what the fuck was I thinking? Thinking that, like, I could do God shit and just snap my finger and bring him back. Like, that wouldn't have ever happened. Can't ever happen for anybody. So, like I said, that was the real kicker in the end. Because, like, saving people is God shit. Leave that to God. No human can do it. And I didn't realize it until I realized it. Until I realized that I did not have the power to save anybody. Because I'm just a man. And and we don't have the power that God has. We do not have the capability to save anyone. So that was a tough blow. It wasn't. It was a tough blow to my ego, to my thoughts, to my view of the world. Like, it changed that for sure. But that's why it wasn't a tough blow, because it was really good for me that that happened. As as sick as it is to say that. Like, that sounds really bad. Saying that it was a good yeah, I don't know if I can say that. I don't know. But, no, it wasn't a good thing, but it was a catalyst to bring good into my life, to make me change the way I saw the world and how I thought. It made me change, you know, everything. So that's what was good. Because if I kept going down that road of thinking I was God and seeing myself as the devil, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm glad I don't know. I'm glad that did not continue. Because, when I look in the mirror now, when I look at the screen and see myself talking, I don't see the devil anymore. Like, I just see me. I see Anthony. I'm just a person. I'm just some retard from Wisconsin. There's nothing special about me. I don't have any special powers that nobody else does. I don't have special knowledge. I don't have this ability to understand everything. Like, no, no, no. It's just me. I am 100% happy with that. I am beyond happy for the ability to look in the mirror and see myself and nothing else. Like, that is one of the best things I could have ever asked for, I think. Do you like silver? I like silver. It's gonna be hard parting with one of these ounces. I mean, fuck, I paid $34 each for these ounces, which is $10 over stock price. Silver is somewhere around $24 an ounce right now, and I paid $34. Talk about a great investment. But, of course, it wasn't about that. I didn't give a shit about the fiat money. Whatever. It was just the fact of having some real silver. Like, it was the start of something new for me. That's what it felt like, at least. Buying my first silver felt like the start of something new. And what will that be? Where will that lead? I don't know. But silver's really bright. And I said a few minutes ago that I think that I see a bright future. For the first time in a long time, I see a bright future. So maybe I need to keep collecting silver because, It seems like there's something to it. And in the future, I might be able to buy something with this. Of course, like, I could buy something with this right now. Like, good majority of people would accept a 999 purity silver coin as, like, a trade for something. It's more like barter than it is using a currency. But so be it. It still works. I still think it's better than this shit. You know? I used to always say, like, money's fake, like, money's not real. Like, what is this bullshit? But I never understood it. I never understood why. But now, getting metal, getting silver, I'm starting to understand why this is such bullshit. Because it's just paper. That's all it is. It's just fucking paper. Nothing special about it, just paper. It has no inherent value. But this does. This is valuable on its own. Just being itself. Pure silver. That's valuable. The paper is not. So I'm starting to understand a little bit. Of course, I knew, like, our money isn't backed by anything, There's no gold backing to it. There's nothing. That has been gone for a long time now. And since it happened, I can't give you the year, but since it happened, I think the paper has just been getting less and less and less valuable. It's just been getting more and more useless, even though it's been being propped up more and more as more useful, and, like, this is what you do, and we back other countries' currencies with the paper dollar. It's crazy. Like, none of it is backed by gold and silver. It's backed by US dollars, which is backed by nothing. Like, what? So I'm just saying, like, once, like, I don't know if it is once people realize. I don't know if that's what it'll be. I think it'll probably be something else, something more catastrophic that'll happen, and then everybody will realize. But I don't think everybody realizing that it's a gimmick will be the catalyst for its downfall. I think there'll be some major world change, whether it's a world war, whether it's the fall of the American Empire, whether it's cryptocurrency coming to the forefront and being forced on everybody. It's going to be something big that's really going to fuck everything up. And then that will lead to everybody realizing what has been going on. And then it's going to come down to this. Gold and silver, baby. I'm buying in. I bought in. I've got my first ounce of silver. 2 ounces, but one's going to Big Bear. Oh, so I guess I might as well mention this. since I was looking at it. Apparently, there's been news reportings over the past couple days of a supposed Chinese satellite, balloon satellite, though, floating over America. So the biggest thing is that they kind of outed themselves for like showing that satellites aren't real and that they're all balloons, like helium balloons floating in the sky. That's all it is. Like, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. It doesn't take a genius to see that for what it is and to see that that makes sense. Like a giant fucking balloon. And then the satellite or, whatever instrument hangs from it. But the balloon is what's floating up there. They're all fucking balloons. Satellites, as you know them, are not real. They are not what you've been told. They're balloons. It's quite amazing. And I mean, I guess you could call it a rabbit hole, but it's not even. I mean, okay, yeah, if you accept that satellites are just balloons, like that will take you down a rabbit hole for sure. If that's like your introduction to the fucking truth, like that will, that's going to lead to some things. Like, oh, if we're being lied to about the nature of satellites and how they operate and what they do and what they are, like that'll lead to space is fake. The moon isn't what we've been told and we didn't land on it. The Earth isn't a globe. It might be flat. What's after that? I don't know. Gravity's not real. I'm just saying, if like this might be a big truth drop for a lot of people. Seeing that satellites are just balloons on mainstream television, like they're showing it to you in front of your faces. So if people see that and that's their introduction to the truth, like if they accept it, like that will make them spiral. But hopefully it'll make them spiral up by, going down a rabbit hole and seeing, or like going up a rabbit hole, I guess you could say. Yeah, I like that. Maybe you're not always going down a rabbit hole. That kind of seems a little negative. Maybe sometimes you go up a rabbit hole. Maybe. We'll see if that catches on. Going up a rabbit hole. I know it doesn't sound as good and it doesn't really make sense because, it's a hole, so you go down the hole. But think of it this way. If you're already at the bottom of said hole and you're climbing your way out of it, then you'd be going up towards the light, up the rabbit hole. That's something. That's something, I think. Okay, come on. It says there's 2 viewers right now. I just want you to say something. Please. I'll clink my silver together for it. I'll rub my silver coins. I just want to talk to somebody. Please. I'm just kidding. You don't have to. If you're even real. Like, you might just be bots. I get it. Damn, I should just start talking to AI. That'd be interesting. I wonder if it could, like, hold a conversation. I feel like I've seen a video of that before. Where, like, somebody's talking to an avatar that is being controlled by AI. I've seen that before, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if that's available mainstream. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so I don't think I have anything more to talk about, really. Yeah, like that's about it. I guess I could try and think for a few minutes about what I'm gonna talk to the therapist about when I have my first meeting with them. I guess. Oh, Fabio, you're so cute. Can you see him? Oh, he's right down there, but he's so adorable. Fabio, you're so. He's just got his paws like. Too fucking cute, if you ask me. Too fucking cute. So yeah, what do I wanna talk to the therapist about when I have my intake session? Is what it's called. So one of my goals before then was to come up with 5 main topics to cover. I guess. Just as like a general guidance of our conversation, I guess. Something to guide us. Some 5 things that I want to work on or talk through or get some insight on from a professional. So I wrote a few down right away. One of them was anger/sadness. Another was possible bipolarity. And another was indecisive future. Oh, kitty, rolling around now. So fucking cute. So anger and sadness, possible bipolarity, and an indecisive future. Um, you know, I'm sure we'll talk about my family history and my family situation now. I'm sure we'll talk about my brother I'm sure we'll talk about how I'm dealing with all the change that has happened in my life. I'm sure we'll cover a lot because I think it's gonna be like it might be an hour and a half intake session or an hour and 20 minutes. Yeesh. But really, that it shouldn't be that hard. I've been practicing talking for a good while now. Like I just had a literally an hour and a half phone call with Gary last night or video chat. It was just a breeze, an hour and a half. But I guess that doesn't count because he usually does a lot of the talking. I like to listen to him. I like to hear his thoughts, and I just try and ask some decent questions sometimes, and make jokes. We both do that. I just like to have fun with him, but so that doesn't necessarily count because I suppose I'll have to be doing most of the talking, and she'll just be asking the questions. But I've still practiced talking. I've gotten 52 minutes tonight of just rambling. I mean, not rambling. Like I don't think I've just been rambling. I've been having thoughts and I've been talking about them and thinking through them. It hasn't just been completely chaos. It's been decent, I think. But nonetheless, it's still 52 minutes of me talking of whatever comes into my head. So theoretically, with someone in front of me asking me questions, I should be able to talk for an hour and a half. I should be able to accomplish that. Hey, if I can't, so be it. Like, she'll still be getting paid. I'm sure she won't care. That's the only thing really that like makes me feel a little bit of the ick. Still, like when it comes to talking to a therapist, is that I know I'm paying them a good chunk of change to sit there and listen to me. And that's their job. I get that that's the point, but it also gives me the ick a little bit because it's like it, it's not it it's not genuine, but it is and it isn't because that's their job. They're supposed to do that. But it doesn't feel genuine because I'm paying them to do that and they have to. And whatever. I'm gonna try it. I am. There's been moments that I've had the passing thought that, like, hey, maybe I don't need to. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm doing fine and I don't need to talk to a professional. The passing thought. But I've accepted that I'm going to try it. I'm going to pay. Fine.
Fine, kitty.
Fine. Go on, get. Gonna pay the money. Oh, gonna talk, and we'll just see what happens. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Just see what happens. In the end, it's just fucking money. Who cares? Who cares? It's just money. It's just that paper shit. Sure, it could be silver if I. Ooh, see, that's a tough thought. That's a tough thought. Thinking that I could either talk to a therapist for an hour or so, or buy 10 ounces of silver. Oh, fuck, that's a tough thought. Because thinking of it as like $300 of fiat currency, paper money, that's not that big of a deal. That doesn't sound so bad. But thinking of it as 10 ounces of silver, see, it gives me the ick. It does. But I don't know if that's just my attachment to, to wealth. Or not wealth, but like money, I think that might be all it is. I have no need for 10 ounces of silver right now. In the future, I'm sure I'll have that. I'm sure I will continue making money and using it on silver, which would be wise. But I think the wisest thing I can do right now is to just try. Talk to the therapist. Just give it a go one time. Whatever. So be it. After one time, we'll see if it feels worth a second time. We'll see. We'll see. I might pay my few $100s and walk out feeling like I never need to talk to a therapist again. We'll see. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, what if that was the therapist's goal? Which none of them have that goal. I guarantee it. Because they want you to come back and pay you more hundreds of dollars for their time. But what if that was the goal of the therapist, is to bring you in and talk to you for one session and do everything they can to help you not have to ever come back? You wish. You fucking wish that was what they were doing. But who knows? We'll see. We'll try it one time. Maybe that'll happen. There's a chance. There's a chance I'll feel that way. But yeah, I've waited a month for this appointment. So I'm going to follow through. I'm going to spend the money. Because it's not about money. Not one bit. It's about my health here. And my health here. That's what matters. Not holding on to money, but holding on to health and trying to attain it. So, thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope everything is well. Don't be a bitch.